Who's here? Hi, Carla. That's my wicked evil look. Because we're playing The Sopranos. Because we're all in the oily MLM mob now. Who's here? Taylor, hi. Hey, Tamar. Want to see me do the Running Man? Yeah? You want to see me do the Running Man? Can y'all hear the music? Hi, Jim. Showing up. All right, ready? I'm turning aside. Everything I learned from Tamar. Ready? Wait a minute. Okay. I got this. Just a minute. Here we go. How about that? Right? Okay. I'm back to serious now. Who's in the oily mafia here? The oily mob. Thank you very much. That's some more stuff from back in the day. Y'all didn't know I knew all this, did you? This is Benjamin. He's about to go to bed, aren't you, Benjamin? I got my Valor. Because this time I'm scared. I'm still scared, but I'm not scared of the up line. I'm not scared of the down line. I'm not scared of the cross line. This time I'm scared of all those people who are out there unfriending everybody who's in an MLM. Hating on everybody who's in MLM. She's pretty scary, you know. The one who wrote the blog post a while ago. Did you see that blog post? Hope not. Oh, you're still there. I'm ready. All right. Hi, Ben. Okay. I've also got my Ningxia Red for strength. Does everybody have your Ningxia with you? Huh? Get your Ningxia. Hi, Liz. Nice to see you. Are you guys tired? Just give me a number 1 if you read an article about MLMs and how horrible, here she goes, how horrible and hateful they are and how everybody's sick of them and just stay away from me with all that MLM stuff. Have you been told that recently, or have you seen those blog posts? Here we go. I read it. I know, right? Have you ever wondered what to say to anybody when they just throw that at you? You're in the MLM, aren't you? Multi-level marketing, for those who don't know. All right. So recently, a scary person with a scary attitude, calling herself a scary mommy, wrote a scary post complete with bad language, a lot of bad language about MLM. Thank you for those hearts. If you want to know how to do hearts, you just tap them right down there. It's a pyramid scheme, right? By the way, I'm so glad you brought that up. Pyramid scheme. If anybody was intelligent, they would look up what a pyramid scheme is, and it's not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is when everybody is in it only to give a little bit of money and get a lot of money, when they don't have any people who actually buy the product for the love of the product. That's what a pyramid scheme is. Amen. That's right. I'm expecting a lot of amens on this tonight. So it seems that folks are getting unfriended all over Facebook. And she specifically addressed oils. I mean, she hit everybody, but she was all, oh, like this oil is going to help my thyroid. What, are you a doctor now? And as I read that, I thought to myself, yeah, no, I'm not a doctor, but I did cure my autistic son. So there's that. And I did help my own thyroid. So there's that. And maybe somebody loved you enough to be able to want to reach out to you because they saw you having some issues. Yeah, maybe it's not all profit motive. Maybe somebody actually cared about you. And this is the response they got, was this nasty, hateful message. That would have hurt my feelings. That would have hurt my feelings. Okay, so, and I also thought, you know, I have read a few dozen books, maybe 3 or 4 dozen books about all of these things. And I am going to suggest that maybe you want to take care of your own life and all of that. So anyway, after I read that, I was hot for a little while, but I had to put my my lady attitude on, and I had to put my likable self back on, and I had to breathe in my forgiveness oil. Hey, you want to take this one? Mwah. I had to breathe in my forgiveness oil, and I had to address it. So here I am to address it. Let's see. First of all, here is my full disclosure. Discipleship marketing. That's right. In fact, who is the #1 MLM in the whole world? That was Jesus Christ, right? He got 12 people, and they told people, and they told people, but I digress. Okay, I hope I didn't turn off my computer because I've got my notes over here. So, yes, I'm in multi-level marketing, and 2, I said I would never do it. Never, ever, ever do it. Never. I mean, how many people said that? How many of you, give me #1, if you said, I'm never going to do this thing. So did I. So did I. I think I can count on one hand, probably 3, 4 people, the number of people who've come into my organization. Here we are saying, I'm in. This is amazing. I can't wait to sell this stuff and retire rich. Anybody? Yeah, not really. So we're going to address that, why it happens anyway. So who hates MLM? Because I didn't want to be one of those people. Anybody else want to be? I said I would never sell anything. That's right. Who hates MLM? Everybody hates MLM. But there's a reason everybody hates MLM. We sold stuff and failed. And we'll talk about that. All right. The 2 things that seem to be the biggest bugaboo that people don't like about multi-level marketing is they think you're just using your friends and family. Yeah, you're just out to get them. You're laying in wait. Like every time there's an interaction, you just can't wait to suck them in, right? And the second thing that I hear a lot, now that there are, 28 essential oil companies. 10 years ago, I think there was 1, Young Living. Now there are 28 of them, including Walmart. Oh yeah, all that credibility at Walmart, because you can believe their quality. And so I hear it a lot. Oh, you don't want to listen to the MLM companies. Well, those are just reps out for profit motive. And I think, yeah, okay, so let's talk about that. First of all, let's define our terms. People hate MLM. What they hate is selling people. They hate using people, and they don't ever be one of those. Yeah, they never want to be one of those people. Okay, so that's what I used to think until the day it dawned on me. Wait a minute, I have a fam who would buy from another place other than me because they think I'm nuts. Yeah, I know, we all get that. Okay, a lot of my besties didn't sign up with me, Heather, so don't worry about that. Yeah, that's the prophet in his own town. And it happens. A lot of people very, very close to me don't use oils. Isn't that funny how that goes? So don't worry about that. Anyway, so then one day it dawned on me that I was in MLM. Every day of my life I was in MLM. Only I didn't get paid. So I'm going to read from this because I took notes. It finally dawned on me I have sold people on every scheme I've ever had to do anything. Only I didn't get paid, right? I should ask if those people are here. Okay, so when I had a friend who had a miserable hospital birth, I sold her on the idea of having a home birth. When I had a friend who had miserable time with her babies and they were all, I sold her on the idea of nursing her babies. When I had a friend who was losing her milk, I sold her on the idea of nursing on cue instead of nursing on a schedule. When I was asked by a complete stranger if I liked my van, I sold them on it. When I was doing a garden and I had people trying to figure out if they could garden, I sold them on the idea of the Garden of Eden gardening. Oh, look that up. Totally do. Back to Eden gardening. Back to Eden. Amazing rock your world stuff. When I dropped 60 pounds in 2 months, boy, you better believe everybody wanted to know what happened there. And I sold people on the idea of eating different foods. When God cured my autistic son, we sold them on the idea that you can take charge of your own health and you don't have to sit around and take a pill that somebody else tested. When I found out fermented vegetables, only I didn't get paid, by the way. I didn't get paid on any of this. I sold people on the idea of fermented vegetables. I brought people into my home and I taught them how to do fermented vegetables. Not got paid on that. I taught people how to do yogurt. Didn't get paid on that. When I got into Argentine tango, someday I'll do that for you. I sold people on that, didn't get paid a dime. When I got into swing dancing, I sold a whole bunch of people on that, didn't get paid for it. When I got into Scottish country dancing, I sold a whole lot of people that, only I didn't get paid for it. The only difference about the essential oils and the way I got into it is that they changed my life. And I couldn't shut up. So I told somebody else about it, and the paycheck came in. Uh-oh, I got paid for it. Now, I wasn't okay with this in the beginning. I thought, what? Am I okay with this? Because I just sold a friend. So I had to go to my pastor. I said, Pastor, what do I do with this? Because, I'm starting to make a paycheck here. And he said, listen, a workman is worth his wages. Isn't that true? A workman is worth his wages. So everybody has a profit motive. There's no reason that you should feel ashamed of that. And I said, oh, okay. I stood a little bit straighter after that. So if that's not the problem, then what is the problem? The problem is how we were all trained in MLM. The problem is when you get invited to a party that isn't a party and you show up thinking it's a party, only it's a business opportunity. That was no good. That used to happen all the time in the 80s. The problem is when somebody takes you out to dinner and you think they just want to be your buddy, but the whole time all they want to do is present you on the business opportunity of their product. That's not what people like either. And so that's where we all got a bad taste in our mouth. Or, as the scary person rightly points out, if you got friended by somebody that you knew sort of 19 years ago in high school, and then all of a sudden you're getting invited to all their MLM stuff, yeah, that's pretty tacky too. So that's the MLM that everybody hates. But just the fact that you make money on it shouldn't be a problem. Now let's talk about this whole selling your friends and family thing. The litmus test that I give my team for should you be in this is, if the compensation plan went away today, would you still use the product? Would you? Of course you would, because they're life-changing. If the compensation plan went away today, would you still recommend the product? Of course you would, because you like people and because you want to help people. And that's what makes it okay. If you were swimming, or if you're on a boat and you see somebody out there drowning and you have a life jacket, but you don't want to say anything because, well, you wouldn't want to offend anybody, would you? You have this little life jacket, but you don't want to throw it, right? I did it for 6 years, that's right. You don't want to throw the life jacket because you don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. You don't want to think they're getting used. You don't want to think that's all you can think about is your MLM, right? It doesn't make too much sense. So if you would still use the product, and if you would still recommend the product, then you belong getting a paycheck for doing that. Do you have to spend your whole life doing it? No. Do you have to put in 50 or 60 hours a week? No. It's just that there's nothing wrong with getting a paycheck. The second thing that people hate about MLMs is that they are so expensive because they have to pay all those levels of marketers. And actually, I'm going to go with 3 things then, because the third thing people hate is that you can't trust them because they have a profit motive. So the fact that they're getting paid on that, all those levels, and that's why they're so expensive. Sometimes people who say that are ignorant of business. They just are. They don't realize how many people are getting paid on those stinky essential oils that are, $12.95 for the 100% pure therapeutic grade frankincense. Yeah. Who's getting paid on that? A whole lot of people are getting paid on that you don't even know. Every company puts that percentage into their marketing. The only difference with a network marketing company is that they pay the people that are holding everybody's hand, that are teaching them how to use the product, that are having the classes, that are doing the work. That's the only difference. So really, and they don't work. I'm sort of suspicious about the people who are suspicious. In Asia, this is really the growing trend. In Asia, everybody does network marketing. Why do network marketing companies choose to do network marketing? They do because most people believe the recommendation of a friend or family member way above something that they might see on the internet and the marketing. Do you ever see Young Living out there doing marketing anywhere? Do you ever see that? Clearly not. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh at you. I'm laughing with you. With you, I'm laughing. You don't see it because that's not where they put their budget. Where do they put their budget? They put their budget into you. They put their budget into the people who are doing the work. And frankly, I appreciate that. Now that I got on the other side of it, I appreciate that. Let's see, what do we have? Oh, yes. So if you suspect my motives, my personal motives, then I'm suspicious of your overall attitude towards life, because maybe you've forgotten how I helped you when you had a baby and I came to your birth. Maybe you've forgotten how I spent hours upon hours upon hours helping you nurse that baby. Maybe you've forgotten how I helped you garden. Maybe you've forgotten all that time I spent on the phone with you helping you learn to eat right. Maybe you have forgotten how I taught you how to ferment the vegetables. Maybe you've forgotten how I taught you every single thing I've ever known without a paycheck and without motive. Maybe you've forgotten that part. Right? Possible? Okay. And I was going to say something else here. I got to look at it. Oh, yes. By the way, your grandmother was in MLM. If she ever gave you a recipe and you gave it to somebody else, your grandma's an MLM. Every single person on the planet is an MLM. In fact, every single person on the planet is in sales. At the bare minimum, what are you always selling all the time? Every second of your day, what are you selling? Who knows? Great point. Thank you. Who knows what you're selling? I'm going to wait a few. Me! Thank you! You're selling yourself, right? Don't sell yourself short. And Ron, just my husband over there, just brought up a really good point too. There are bad brick and mortar companies too, but nobody writes off all brick and mortar companies because they're bad ones. Just find yourself a good one. Find yourself one that you can truly believe in, where you would use the product and recommend it no matter what. All right. Now, if you are in an MLM, don't spam. Don't friend people and then spam them, right? Just take that off the list. You know what? I'm going to back up a minute because I forgot to say something. Just give me a minute. I got to think about it. If you're an MLM, don't spam, don't friend. Oh, this whole idea that we can't believe you because you're an MLM. Somebody was just giving me a bad time at a class the other day, and she was saying, well, I have been told that we should always care if the label says exactly what part of the plant was distilled. And I thought, I don't know of any companies that do that. Why don't you just look in the EODR that was written by people from my company who know a whole lot and who are the pioneers in the industry. And I finally said to her, well, why don't you find out where their farms are and go visit them? And she said, well, I don't have time. And I said, well, maybe you could go visit a Young Living farm. She said, well, I don't have time. I said, yeah, but that would be a whole lot of transparency. I mean, you would see what's really going on if you went to visit the farms. She said, well, I don't have time to do that. And I said, oh, but you trust that person who told you that because they don't have a profit motive? You talk to the owner of that company and he doesn't have a profit motive, so you're going to not trust the MLM person because I do have a profit motive? Really? You don't think that owner has a profit motive? So I finally said to her, well, I have been to the farms and I can tell you what's going on. So if you don't have the time to mess with it, maybe you could just trust me. There's that, right? Any Young Living person can go to any of the farms if you're a distributor. I think that's pretty transparent. So it is just a skosh offensive when people say, well, you can't believe those people, they're only in it for the money. Just a skosh offensive. Okay, Hot from Cat Springs, Texas. So the second thing I have to tell you, if you're in the multi-level marketing business, don't be the oily MLM mob. Don't be any MLM mob. Don't be all like, oh, now you're all here at the party that nobody likes to go to, really. And I mean, classes I think people like to go to, but the party where you're expected to, you know, if the hostess makes a $200 show, then she gets this really snappy thing over here, and everybody's calculating how many people are here divided by, you know, that, and okay, I have to spend $40 if I'm going to still be friends. Nobody likes that. Don't do that. Don't go after people. Business, 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 especially if you don't have any rank yet. When I was a star, I never talked about the business opportunity with anybody because it was kind of like, well, prove it. Now that I'm a gold, I still don't talk about the business opportunity with people unless they bring it up and they're raring to go. And then, man, I hit the ground running. But I just don't think we have a lot of credibility at the lower ranks. Now, maybe if you're a diamond, you want to go around and say, hey, I'm making this and you can make this too. Yeah, I talk about it after they love their product. I talk about it when they start. Okay, here are the stages. This is totally off script. But here's what happens. First, people get their product. They have to feel good about it. When they feel good about it, you have to get them to read it. I'm reading there, see. You have to get them to use it. When they use it, you have to stay with them until it works. And when it works, what happens? People can't shut up. They can't shut up. They're telling everybody about it. That's how they get sucked in. And then they say, oh, my mother, my neighbor, my sister, my cousin, my friend. And you say, yeah, because I didn't want to sell until it changed your life. That's exactly it. So then they still don't want to sell anything. They just want to help all of their friends. So they want to get them all in. The woman who insisted that I had the first class for me, Christina, you're probably in bed, but if you're listening to this, she approached me just out of the blue and said, I've got this impossible situation for my husband that I can't tell you about. She said, do you have an oil? I'm like, I don't know. Why don't you just come over to my house? And I sent her home with my bottles, because that's the kind of gal I am, just out of kindness. And it was 2 days. And this big situation was totally taken care of. How about that? So she said to me, I want to have a party. You have to tell all my friends. And I said, sure, because that's how I roll. I always say sure before I think through whether I should do that or not. And when she had the party, or the class, as I learned to call it later, I said, now, okay, we can sign, you can be the enroller of these people. She said, no, I don't want to make any money. Nope, no, not in it for the money. Nope. So that's the next phase. They just want to help solve the world. You know, they want to help everybody. They just don't want to make any money. And then ultimately they start, next they start making a little bit of money and they think, oh, maybe this is possible. And then, hi, Sister Juliet. And then finally, they realize this is real and this really could happen, and that as they are helping people, they could make a lot of money and they could make their dreams come true and abundance could happen. That's how it happens. So don't be the oily MLM mom. I hear in certain countries now, because of the promos we've got going on, like people are dragging people off the street and going, there's a business opportunity here, you got to know it. Now, I'm not against dragging people off the street and telling them about oils. I've done it. Sign up my Uber driver if you're there. Hi, Anthony. But I am against dragging people off the street and just stacking a bunch of people who just want to make money and who know nothing about whether or not the oils work, because I think that one is going to fail. Just my never to be humble personal opinion. Okay, and then my final note to the people who have a bad attitude is consider who is being the friend here. Wouldn't you rather, if you had something to buy, if I needed nails, if I actually did my nails, I have 6 kids, live on a farm, y'all know that, right? If I actually did my nails, I would want somebody I know and love to get a profit from that instead of the big box store, wouldn't you? I mean, that's what being a friend is like, I thought, to help support other people when you want it anyway. So, as for me and my house, if I need something, I think I'll ask a friend. I hope this helped. I hope you now know how to talk to people. Because people who make the mistake of bringing up this MLM thing with me, it's a mistake. But I hope it helped. What are you doing? We're talking about multi-level marketing. Oh, my husband just turned on. We are family, right? Need this on catch? Went into healthcare, licensed. Yes. Oh, Pat, really? That's interesting. She's a licensed healthcare. Thank you. I love how you roll too. Nobody has any questions because we all agree, right? Can I get an amen? And thank you for the hearts. That matters because then other people want to watch. They see all those hearts and they go, oh, it must be amazing.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I forgot nearly Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving. Go heal the world at Turkey Day. I shouldn't have called it Turkey Day. I really am very grateful to our Lord. Love you to the moon and back. I love you guys. I'm just going to groove here. I'll probably take another shot of Nisha. This one isn't so scary. This one I'll put on catch, I promise. And then you can just refer everybody who says, don't believe those MLM people. You can just refer them all to catch. Go that, right? I love you, Cousin Joy. Hi. Grateful girl. Happy Thanksgiving. I love that. Digest. Have your digest out. It's for people who eat too much turkey and have tummies. And get your fermented vegetables, too. I'm going to do one on that. Anybody have any ideas of any other scopes you want? Want me to set somebody else straight on anything? Happy to do it. Okay, if not, bye everybody.